You are Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST, powered by Mile High Sports, part of Locked On Sports Denver on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Woo-wee, what a game for the Denver Nuggets as they take down the Portland Trailblazers on Wednesday night. Your final score, 132-121. It was the Jamal Murray show, folks. He was absolutely hooping tonight for the Denver Nuggets. 55 points for the Blue Arrow, a career high for Jamal Murray. And, Nikola Jokic also just happened to have a triple-double. So, just another night at the office for the Denver Nuggets. No Aaron Gordon, no Russell Westbrook, no Michael Porter Jr., no problem. Zeke Naji in the starting lineup, no problem. As the Denver Nuggets absolutely stomp the Portland Trailblazers 132-121. Welcome on into your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I am your host, Aniello Piro. You guys can follow me on social media at Media by AP. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate y'all. As always, do me a favor, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button as well. That way you guys never, ever miss an episode of your Locked On Nuggets postcast right here on your Locked On Sports Denver YouTube channel. I see we got one comment about it. Where they at, folks? Where the haters at, man? And I was someone who was pretty critical of Jamal Murray as well in the early portion of the season. But at the end of the day, here we are, 55 games into the season, and Jamal Murray has turned it on. He's flipped the switch. Nikola Jokic is still Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter Jr., before he got hurt most recently, was hooping 30-plus point games. Aaron Gordon, we know what he can do. Christian Brown a couple games ago. Jalen Pickett a couple games ago. I mean, this team is playing tremendous basketball here right now, but we've got to spend the entire first segment essentially on Jamal Murray and big picture thought, which we'll expand upon a little bit later on in the program. If Jamal, look, he's not going to score 55 every night, right? But if this is the level of play, can you get 25 out of him? Can you get 30 plus in the playoffs? If that is the case, this Denver Nuggets team is going to be a tough out in a 7-game series against anybody, Oklahoma City included. And I believe they just had a big comeback tonight led by SGA. So let's not get too carried away here. But what a performance, because a performance like tonight, and yes, I understand it's Portland. I understand it's not, they didn't do this against OKC. They didn't do this against Memphis, Houston. I guess Dallas, if you want to throw them into the Lakers, right? Who they're gonna play here in the next couple of games when they get back from the All-Star break. But you've got to just feel incredible about the overall trajectory and the current level of play with this Denver Nuggets team as they improve to 36-19 on the year, 19-8 at home. Portland falls to 23-32, 8-19 on the road. So they're essentially flip-flop there with the home and away records. And I didn't even mention, I don't know if I said this. Is it 8-game win streak? Is that where we're at right now, folks? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 games in a row have the Denver Nuggets won now, with their most recent one being tonight here on Wednesday, February the 12th, 132-121 over the Portland Trailblazers. Jamal, as we said, a career high 55 points. Also a team high plus 28 in the box plus minus tonight, or 26, for Jamal Murray. 20 of 36 from the field. So, you even saw his teammates there down the stretch in the fourth quarter. They were feeding Jamal, feeding him. They wanted him to get 50 plus. And he did just that with those 55 points here tonight. So, again, a team high 36 shots taken from the field tonight. Seven 3-point shots made. 7 of 15, basically 50%, a little under 50% for Jamal Murray from three-point land. He was 8 of 9 from the charity stripe. Got a few rebounds with 4. Dished out 5 assists, couple of steals. You really can't ask for much more from Jamal Murray. And I believe he had 45? I have this written down. Give me, espérate, 1 second here, folks, because I had it written down. He had, I believe, 42 points in about 29 minutes tonight for Jamal Murray. 29 minutes. I mean, Wow. And, the beauty of being able to broadcast live here from Ball Arena is not only do you get to see the game with your own two eyes, right? But you also, gonna get to pick up on the vibe of the fans out here at the arena, and you catch these post-game interviews on the court, which I guess you're seeing on TV anyway, but you also get that energy, being in person. And Scott Hastings, gets Jamal Murray for the quick little post-game interview there on the court and kind of asks, like, what's up? Like, what's been different? Like, what has been the difference here for you personally, but also the team? And Jamal talked about how sometimes you got to face a little bit of adversity to get your mind right. And look, there is a subsect of Nuggets fans that were always Jamal believers, right? Despite his early season struggles, there was always a portion, I wouldn't say a majority. I think a majority of Nuggets fans were frustrated with Jamal Murray to the point that people were scratching their heads as to why they signed him to the max contract extension. But there is that small majority, or smaller majority, I should say, that has always believed and has always stood by and always rided with Jamal Murray. And tonight they're rewarded. They've really been rewarded since the start of 2025. But for all of those people that have been critical of Jamal Murray, myself included, I'm no different. It's my job to tell it how it is, tell you what I'm seeing, tell you what I'm hearing. Jamal Murray was not great the first 40 games of the season. That's just the reality of the situation. But since then, since we've turned from 2024 to 2025, he's been a whole different player, folks. And if you're a regular listener to the show right here on your Locked On Sports Denver YouTube channel, and if you're just a Nugget fan, you know this, when Jamal Murray is firing on all cylinders, it takes the Nuggets from here to here in regards to opportunities, in regards to potential, in regards to outlook. Man, you just got to be fired up with that performance here tonight, man. I mean, Nikola Jokic had a triple-double. I'm not even going to talk about him until the second segment. It was that kind of night for the big man. He also came through for me on a little parlay, so shout out Joker. But, man, 42 minutes played tonight for Jamal Murray. Like I said, 7 of 15 from three-point land, 20 of 36 from the field, 55 points, couple of steals, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, stuff in the stat sheet. Man. What a performance tonight from Jamal. And I'm sure I'm not the only one out there, but I've been, just when I get out, they pull me right back in. Because I was out on this Denver Nuggets team for the first couple months of the season. They had some highs, they had some lows, but they were just too inconsistent for me. And maybe this is just the peak of the regular season. I mean, they're probably not going to go on another 8-game win streak, right? Knock on wood. We want this to continue, win every single game the rest of the way, right? It's not going to happen. But it's going to be interesting to see because they're going to be hit with some hard times at some point in the regular season, down the stretch here. But what you've seen out of these 8 games and really the body of work in 2025 is that when this team is dialed in, when this team is ready to go, they can beat anybody. And they already beat Oklahoma City once this year. They got wiped in the first game of the year, came back and beat them in the next game, right? The Knicks, let's hope they don't have to see the Knicks in the playoffs, right? But you got to feel good about where Denver's at right now. And a large reason, that Michael Malone, or that Nikola Jokic is going to bring it every night, triple-double again here tonight, right? He's been a scoring machine, co-favorite along with SGA to be the favorite to win MVP. You understand that perspective of it for sure. But he can't do it on his own. He needs his Robin. He needs his jelly, right? He's peanut butter. And he's got that right now with the way that Jamal Murray is playing basketball. So 55 points tonight for Jamal, a career high. What else is there really to say? And I think he summed it up perfectly in his post-game interview, talking about how that adversity has helped this team flip the switch and helped him flip the switch. Think about it, folks. Jokic doing Jokic things, Jamal playing better, MPJ playing better, Aaron Gordon still coming back from injury. I mean, this team isn't even fully what they could be. There's a reason why Calvin Booth did not feel they need to make a move. And I agree with him. And I understand that there's some people out there that have been critical of Calvin Booth. I understand that. But when you have a championship core that won you a chip less than 2 full seasons ago, minus KCP, minus Bruce Brown, right? But you've got Christian Brown in the starting lineup, right? But you got your core 4. You've got Jamal, you've got Joker, you've got MPJ, you've got Aaron Gordon. You got to run it back, man. You got to run it back. I thought maybe Denver would make a small move here or there, but in regards to breaking up this core, and Michael Porter Jr., I mentioned this a couple times already this season. If you haven't read it, Ramona Shelburne, I believe it was, did a big deep dive think piece on the Denver Nuggets in the beginning portion of the season. And Michael Porter Jr. is quoted on the record saying, if we don't do it again this year, they're going to probably break it up. And that's still probably true, if we're being honest with ourselves here. But again, I don't want to get too far in the big picture conversation. It was Portland, a 23-32 record Portland Trailblazers team. Not like they did this against, an upper echelon team in the West or the Eastern Conference, but still, a win is a win. 8 in a row, trending in the right direction are the Denver Nuggets as we head into the unofficial second half of the NBA season coming out of the All-Star break. I'm very curious now, how does Denver respond coming out of the All-Star break? Do they lose a little focus? Are they as dialed in as they've been? We'll find out. But all right, guys, let me hit my first break. When we come back, we'll continue along the conversation. I see we've got some comments here. We'll get to those. Alejandro, my man, what's going on? Oregon fan, what's going on? Hope you guys are doing well out there. Anybody else that's watching live, appreciate y'all as always. If you want to get involved with the conversation, go ahead and drop some comments. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. How you feeling tonight, Nuggets Nation, as Denver gets the job done over the Portland Trailblazers, 132-121. All right, let's pay the bills. We'll come back and do just that right here on your Locked On Nuggets postcast. Back in just a moment, folks. All right, you guys, real quick, let me tell you about our friends over at WayFair. After the holiday hustle, there's nothing like giving your home a little TLC. I always find that decluttering and refreshing my space helps me get back into a routine. Whether you're tidying up, clearing out, or just want to give your space a new look to start the year, WayFair has everything you need, all within your budget. I'm currently looking for furniture, and their huge selection makes it easy to find pieces that fit my style and budget. My favorite part, the free and hassle-free delivery, even for the larger items. WayFair's site is so easy to navigate, and I found everything I needed in no time. There's something for every style and every home, no matter your space or your budget. WayFair makes it easy to tackle your New Year's home goals with endless inspiration for every space. What is your decor style? Why did you pick these items? What do you love about them? Those are the questions you're going to be answering when you check out our friends over at WayFair. Give your home a refresh that it needs with WayFair. Head to wayfair.com right now. That's WayFair.com. WayFair, every style, every home. Be sure to check out our friends over at WayFair, guys, and let them know that Locked On Nuggets sent you. Okay, welcome on back into your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I am your host, Aniello Piro, broadcasting live from the friendly confines of Ball Arena as the Denver Nuggets win their 8th consecutive game. They are streaking, folks, 132-121 over the Portland Trailblazers. The 36th, let me refresh to make sure that is correct. Yes, it is. The 36th win of the season for the Denver Nuggets. You guys can follow me on social media at Media by AP, and do me a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. That way you guys never, ever miss an episode of your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I'm live right now, brother. There's some guy who needs me to open the door for him. I feel bad. He's trying to holler. So sorry about that, folks. Gotta help him out. I'll be right back. Hold on. I got you, bro. Oh, you got it. Sorry, man. I'm all set. Thank you. Okay, he's got it. Sorry about that, folks. Got to lend a helping hand. You got to try to whenever you can. But the Denver Nuggets here tonight. Let's reset. A nice victory over the Portland Trailblazers, 132-121. Sorry, that threw me for a little bit of a curveball here tonight. But yeah, man, Nikola Jokic, didn't even talk about him really yet. Triple-double for the big fella, number 15. 26 points, a +6 in the box, plus-minus. 10 assists, 15 rebounds. 11 of 20 from the field, 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. I guess the only negative part of Nikola Jokic's game tonight is he was 0 for 3 from three-point land. And this is a guy who shot nearly 50% this year from three-point land. So a bit of a step back, if we may, for Nikola Jokic there in the three-point shooting. But, again, you can't really complain. And then outside of that, I mean, a sneaky, quiet 21 points from Christian Braun here tonight, plus 11 in the box, plus-minus, 2 of 4 from 3, 7 of 13 from the field. He also had a double-double tonight with 21 and 10 in the rebounding department and also added 6 assists. Julian Strawther in the starting lineup, 11 points. Like to see that. 3 of 7 for 3. Like to see that. And Zeke Naji. How about Zeke Naji getting some starting minutes out there tonight, man? 37 minutes played for Zeke. 2 of 4 from 3. 5 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, 4 blocks, 16 points, plus 11. I mean, Portland stinks. You know, again, that's just the reality of the situation. But as somebody that is a friend of mine texted me, bar for bar here, he says, Portland is an embarrassment. And that is also the reality of the situation. I feel bad for Chauncey Billups, Mr. Colorado, right? You know, I mean, it's a tough task. It's a tough hand that he's been dealt. So it is what it is here tonight for Portland. I mean, they scored the first 5 points of the game, I believe, off the rip there, but really nothing else cooking tonight for them. I mean, Anthony Simons, who's, you know, their best player right now with DeAndre Ayton out and probably might just be their best player in general, even with Ayton in there. As you know, remember, Ayton was hurt in the game on Monday night. He put up 26 points, did Simons. And, you know, really nothing crazy outside of that. I mean, they got some nice bench contributions. Jabari Walker with 17, Shaedon Sharpe, 14 off the bench, Dalano Banton, 14 off the bench as well. But, you know, really not a ton cooking tonight for Portland, you know. And they outscored Denver 30-25 in the fourth quarter. I thought it was going to be another game for Nikola Jokic where he got the fourth quarter off, to be completely honest with you. That's what I was thinking. And Malone puts him back in with like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game with a 16-point lead. And I'm like, why? You're going into the All-Star break, like give this guy a couple extra minutes off and let him be rested and recovered, right? That's kind of how I was feeling. But taking a look at some of these stats here tonight for Denver, another really high shooting performance for them, 51% from the field, 49 for 96. 3-point land shot just under 40%, 15 for 38. That's good for 39.5%. You know, they out-rebounded Portland tonight at 49-45. Portland had one more assist than the Nuggets, though, 27-26 there. 14 turnovers for Denver, which you want to see them try to clean up on. But they had 18 fast break points, 56 points in the paint, and the largest lead at one point being 23 points. Portland led by as many as 6 at one point in this game early. But, you know, they came out firing to Denver. 40-27, the final score. After the first quarter, they outscore in the second 35-29. They actually get outscored in both the third and the fourth quarter, 35-32 in the third, and then 30-25 in the fourth. But, you know, when you outscore 40-27 and 35-29, and you've got Jamal Murray, who's a walking bucket, and Nikola Jokic, who's doing his thing with 26 tonight in a triple-double, I mean, it's just hard to beat. And you know what's most impressive? And I understand that it is Portland. I've been harping on that throughout the course of the show. But what's most impressive to me is who they did this without, right? Like, you've got your top 2 guys. You've got Jamal and Joker out there. You got Christian Brown out there. But this is far from a full-strength Denver Nuggets team here tonight, folks. No Russell Westbrook, no Michael Porter Jr., no Aaron Gordon, no problem. I mean, you got to love that, right? I mean, even Dario Saric got some minutes tonight, man. 8 minutes of run for Dario. No points, though. I mean, they had 3 points of offense off the bench, and that came from Jalen Pickett, who knocked down a 3-point shot. DeAndre Jordan, 0-4 in 12 minutes. Hunter Tyson, 0-4 in 6 minutes. And Dario Saric, as I mentioned, 0-4 in 8 minutes. Spencer Jones, PJ Hall, Trey Alexander, DNP's coach's decision there. Nothing shocking. But you know what? I got here a little early today before the game. I had some time on my hands. I also wanted to just kind of come and watch the guys warm up, which was funny because Jokic and them didn't even come out. But I had the opportunity. Dario Saric and Deron Holmes, the rookie, who's not playing this year due to an injury, they were both out on the court doing their thing in their warm-ups. Dario Saric looks good in warm-ups, man. I mean, I saw him knock down like 4 or 5 3-point shots in a row. So I don't know what the issue is when it comes to the game time or the game situations. I don't know. But you know who looked good in the warm-ups, and he's probably not going to play this year, is Deron Holmes, man. What would this Denver Nuggets team be with Deron Holmes? Again, he'd be a rookie, so much like Strother and Pickett, while they're not rookies, they're still young guys in this league. They're going to have to play through their mistakes, but we know that Deron Holmes was a guy that Denver was very, very high on in the draft process. They get their guy, and unfortunately, first game of Summer League, he gets himself knocked out for the year due to an injury, which stinks. Injuries suck. But just a little observation there. Deron Holmes was hooping. Looked pretty good, moving pretty good, hitting 3-point shots. He looked pretty good out there, folks. So, you know, next year, get excited for Deron Holmes for sure. I was impressed with what I saw. Check us out, Mile High Sports. I got some video up of Deron Holmes as well on Instagram on the story if you guys want to see his warm-up today. But, man, what a performance for Denver, 132-121, man. A complete victory across the board led by Jamal. I almost said Nikola Jokic because I'm so used to saying it. And Jokic, yes, did help lead this Denver Nuggets team to victory. But tonight, Jokic was the jelly. Jamal Murray was the peanut butter with 55 points, career high 55 for Jamal, man. 20 for 36 from the field, 7 of 15 from 3. And it just gets you excited. Gets you excited. What can this Denver Nuggets team be? How far can they go? What can they do? If Jamal Murray continues to up the ante on offense, scoring, distributing, defense. If this is a sign of things to come, Denver's in a good spot. They're in a good spot, but we'll see. All-Star break now coming up. Get some R&R, much needed. Come back with an 8-game win streak and try to let the good times continue to roll here. But all right, I'm going to hit my final break, guys. When we come back, we'll put a bow on the show from Ball Arena. If you guys got any thoughts, questions, comments, whatever it might be, go ahead and put those in the comment section. We'll go back and forth. I know I said that earlier in the show, but we'll actually, I'll push them up on the screen. We'll have some fun here. So we'll hit a break. We'll come back, do just that right here on your Locked On Nuggets postcast. Back in just a moment, folks. All right, you guys, real quick, let me tell you about our friends over at Open Phone. Running a small business means you're wearing a lot of hats. Your personal phone becomes your business phone. And before you know it, you're juggling customer calls day and night. As your team grows, it becomes impossible to manage everything with just your personal number. That's where Open Phone comes in. It's the #1 business phone system designed to help you keep your work and personal life separate. Man, I might have to check out our friends. To be honest with you, my work and my personal always cross over. For just over $15 a month, or for, excuse me, not over, but for just $15 a month, the cost of a few coffees, you get complete transparency and visibility into everything happening with your business phone number. Open Phone works through an app on your phone or computer and integrates with tools like HubSpot and hundreds of others. It also uses AI-powered call transcripts and summaries, so you'll have a rundown of your calls and action items the second you hang up. And if you miss a call, no problem. Automated messages are sent directly to your customer, ensuring you never miss an opportunity to engage. Right now, Open Phone is offering 20% off your first 6 months. That's 20% off your first 6 months when you go to openphone.com/lockedonnba. That's openphone.com/lockedonnba, openphone.com/lockedonnba for 20% off 6 months. Openphone.com/lockedonnba. And if you have an existing number with another service, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Be sure to check out our friends over at Open Phone, guys, and let them know that Locked On Nuggets sent you. Okay, welcome on back into your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I am your host, Aniello Piro. You guys can follow me on social media at Media by AP. And if you're watching on YouTube, appreciate y'all as always. Do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. That way you guys never ever miss an episode of your Locked On Nuggets postcast right here on your Locked On Sports Denver YouTube channel. All right, couple of comments here I want to get to, man. Again, Oregon fan, shout out Alejandro, my man. Appreciate you as always. Fernando, I see you. Hope you guys are doing well out there, man. What a game tonight for the fellas. Oregon fan says, Jamal Murray cooked. I owe him an apology. You're not the only one, brother. There was a lot of people out there in Nuggets Nation that were doubting Jamal Murray. A lot of them. So you like to see that. Oregon fan also asked, what's the story with Russ, MPJ, AG, and P-Watt? Are they coming back healthy after the All-Star break, or are there other injuries serious? I would expect all four of them, not P-Watt. I would expect Russ, MPJ, and Aaron Gordon to all be back in short order there after the All-Star break. Aaron Gordon right now, it's more so about managing the injury, so this is the second time, well, not currently, but remember he missed, I think a few weeks back. That's the second time that he's been out for an extended period of time with that calf injury. So I think right now it's just kind of about managing that, so that way there's not a flare-up that forces him to be sidelined for multiple weeks moving forward. Russell Westbrook, I expect to be back, and Michael Porter Jr., I expect to be back as well coming out of the break. So we'll see what happens with those guys. Peyton Watson, I believe the initial diagnosis was about a 4-week recovery, and I think we're about, a week and a half-ish into that recovery. So maybe a week or two after the All-Star break for P-Watt. But that opens up opportunities for some of these other guys. Zeke Naji tonight hooping. 4 blocks for Zeke. So we'll see if you can make the most of those opportunities for sure. And then Alejandro here says, yes, sir, my guy Piro, thanks for all you do. Appreciate you, my man. And I do it for you guys, the fans, the listeners out there. Good game from Murray, but let's all relax. It is the Trailblazers. 100%. I think you can be excited, but I think you need to keep it in a vacuum, right? Like, enjoy the moment. Live in the moment. Relish the moment. 55 points, career high for Jamal Murray. Love it. Especially considering how this season started for Jamal. But he's probably not going to score 55. Maybe he does score more than 55 in another game this year, but you just need consistency from Jamal. Can you get 20, 25, 30, right? Like no more of those 12-point clunkers where Jokic has to score 45 or 40, whatever it is, triple-double. So I agree. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit in regards to Jamal Murray, but let's be excited. Let's live in this moment in regards to how he played tonight, because he's been playing really well. Let's pull up his game log here real quick, if we may, because he's been balling for the Denver Nuggets here as of late. I mean, taking a look at this game log, I mean, just the last, 6 games alone. I mean, 55 tonight, obviously, put up 17 in the previous game against Portland, but had 8 assists, which you like. It's a productive night, 17 and 8 from Jamal Murray. Put up 30 against Phoenix, added 5 assists and 3 rebounds in that one. 10 against New Orleans, whatever, 6 assists, right? Jokic, that was the game that MPJ was popping off. And then against New Orleans, again, 20 points. Against Charlotte, 20 points. Against Philly, 31. Against the Knicks in a loss, 33, right? 25 against Minnesota. You know, and again, what's the common denominator? Put up 45 against Dallas on the 14th of January. I mean, the guy's hooping, man. There's really not much else to say. So get your popcorn ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Because if Jamal Murray's going to play like this the rest of the way, Denver's got a shot, man. They got a shot. So you're saying there's a chance. Man, got to feel good about this one here tonight. What else we got here? Why is Sarge still on the team? I think we understand that a little bit. Lakers lost and Memphis down big. Good night for us, 100%. They're slowly creeping up those standings, folks. I don't think that they'll catch Oklahoma City to be the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, but I do think the number 2 seed is very much in play. And I said this on Monday's show, I believe. No disrespect whatsoever to Oklahoma City. Obviously, having to play a 7-game series should Denver get that far in OKC with that home court advantage is not going to be easy. But the advantage that Denver has over a team like Oklahoma City, over a team like Memphis, over a team like Houston, Dallas post-Luka, even the Lakers, who they own in the playoffs, is the continuity and the championship DNA that this team has right now. And so, again, it'd probably be a 7-game series if they play the Thunder in the playoffs, right? I mean, just being straight up with it. But at the end of the day, if Jamal's playing like this, Jokic doing his thing, MPJ, is hitting his shots when he needs to, Aaron Gordon doing his thing, I mean, who's to say Denver can't beat any team in the NBA in a 7-game series? I would not have said that 2 months ago. 2 months ago, I would have said they'd be a 5 seed and maybe get bounced in the first round. That's where I was at. But to their credit, man, they flipped the switch. Here we are now on an 8-game win streak. So, gotta love it. But all right, folks, we're going to wind it on down here. If you guys got any final thoughts, questions, comments, go ahead and get those in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all as always. A career high 55 points for the Blue Arrow as the Denver Nuggets get the job done here tonight, 132 to 121. Denver now at 36 and 19 on the year. But all right, I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy your Wednesday night going into Thursday morning here in just under 2 hours. Make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button on your way out the door here on your Locked On Sports Denver YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all as always. I'm building up this channel by myself, brick by brick, and boy, oh boy, do I love doing these shows. And also make sure to check out your Locked On Nuggets podcast as well. My guys, Ryan Blackburn, who I saw tonight, Matt Moore, Swipe a Cam, all the fellows that have you covered with some additional Denver Nuggets content. But that is all she wrote tonight, folks. 132 to 121, your final score. Jamal career high 55. Jokic triple-double. Zeke Naji, 16 points in 37 minutes played. 4 blocks. Christian Brown, 21 points. Strother, 11 points. And an 8-game win streak heading into the All-Star break. Let the good times roll, folks. Enjoy your Wednesday night. Enjoy the resting during the All-Star break. And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one, folks.